Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
Firewatch is a $20 PC and PlayStation 4 game that takes place in the Wyoming wilderness in 1989. You play a man called Henry who takes up a summer position as a fire lookout. It's a good chance for Henry to get out, get some fresh air, clear his head, and figure out what's going on with his life. But what happens when mysteries start emerging for Henry? Something as simple as dealing with a bunch of unruly teenagers to possibly being watched himself. What's a man to do? Firewatch is a lot like a game called Gone Home. If you don't know what Gone Home is, congratulations, you just made my job harder. In Gone Home, you are a college student coming home for the holidays, but when you enter the house, you find no one's there. So you have to go into each room looking for clues, stuff like newspaper clippings, letters or diaries, trying to figure out what happened to your family. And Firewatch is a lot like Gone Home, where you're going to be looking around for clues, trying to figure out what's going on around you. But because Firewatch takes place in the wilderness on a very large map, it feels a lot more open than Gone Home. And because you're going to be doing things like climbing up and down cliffs, dealing with the wildlife, and going cave spelunking, it feels a lot more active than Gone Home is. If you've ever played Gone Home or Gone Home sounded interesting to you, play Firewatch, because I honestly believe it's a much better version of what Gone Home has done. The other major thing you'll be doing in Firewatch, other than walking around, is talking to your boss Delilah through a walkie-talkie. You'll be able to contact her, she'll contact you, and you'll start having a conversation with her. Throughout these conversations, you'll have multiple choices of what you say to her, or you can remain silent like some kind of weird jerk. Overall, I found the voice acting to be pretty good. It felt very natural and not out of place, and was actually kind of a joy to listen to.
This shale slide is steep. How do you expect me to get down this?
I don't remember it being that bad. It's not even named on our topos.
Yeah, well, I'd go with Widowmaker.
Come on, it's really not that bad.
It's a 50-foot cliff made of rocks that look like knives.
They just look like knives, okay? Plus, there's already a Widowmaker on the backside of Carter Mountain. It would be confusing.
I also enjoyed how past decisions I made would be reflected in a conversation later on in the game. It's a very small thing, but it made the world feel a bit more alive to me. Overall, I found the game to look great, to sound great, and it was a very relaxing kind of game. It takes about 4 hours to complete, and if you can, I definitely suggest to try to beat it in one sitting. So one of the things that didn't really bother me, but I can understand if it bothered someone else, is the ending to the game. The game felt like it was building up to a bit of a climax, and then all of a sudden it just hands you an envelope filled with the answers to all the questions you had. Again, I felt pretty fulfilled by the end of the game, but if someone were to say that they were disappointed by the ending of Firewatch, I would understand.
I bless the rains down in Africa!
Now, I was trying to rack my brain, trying to figure out what I disliked about Firewatch, but I really couldn't think of anything. I could talk about some small stuff that may bother other people. Stuff like it's a 4-hour game, but for me, I enjoyed all those hours. That's for a $20 game. That's $5 for each hour, which isn't too bad of a value. I can talk about how there's not too much replay value to the game, from what I've seen, but I also like playing a game and then moving on to the next one. And I can talk about how it's a very narrative-focused game. It's not like a FPS or a strategy game, but I like narrative-focused games. So if any of those things is a problem for you, then maybe Firewatch isn't for you. But if you're like me and those things don't really bother you as long as you enjoy the game, maybe you should look into getting Firewatch. For me, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Thanks for watching.